The soldier steps on a landmine without noticing a thing. The moment he turns around, his buddy behind him immediately takes a step forward with his left foot, trying to rush over and help. But then click, he's also lucky enough to step right on a landmine. Mike instantly freezes in place, not daring to move a muscle. The dangerous sensation under his foot makes him stare wide-eyed in terror, his whole body trembling uncontrollably. He has no idea what to do. But soon a blood-bath as a curdling scream snaps Mike back to reality. He realizes his comrade's legs have been blown clean off at the shins, blood gushing everywhere else. The situation is critical. Mike takes a deep breath and forces himself to stay calm. He guides his panicking buddy and pulls out a painkiller injection. But just stopping the pain isn't enough. His friend is hurt too badly and needs immediate medical attention to stop the bleeding. Otherwise, he'll be dead within minutes. To save his comrade, the man prepares to lift his left foot, planning to take a gamble and jump over to help with the bandaging. But his buddy doesn't want the man to end up disabled like him. So he decisively pulls out his pistol, aims it at his temple, and pulls the trigger. The man breaks down, screaming in despair, but his survival instincts keep him from moving, leaving him helplessly roaring in place. After a long while, he finally calms his emotions and decides to carry on his comrade's final wish to find a way to survive no matter what. But stepping on a landmine in the desert was surviving that is easier said than done. The man raises both hands to maintain balance, steps back with his right leg and carefully lowers himself into a half-kneeling position. Then he pulls out his knife, trying to pry the landmine out from the side. Unfortunately, the mine is buried too deep, stuck halfway down. He sighs helplessly and has to think of another plan. The man unties his shoelaces and binds them to his tactical axe, then removes his gun strap to make the makeshift rope even longer. He carefully stands up, trying to hook the radio a few meters away. But the moment he applies force, his body suddenly loses balance. Thankfully, he's quick enough to brace himself against the ground. If his left foot had shifted even slightly, the landmine would have blown him to pieces. The man doesn't dare to breathe heavily, carefully maintaining his balance. Only after a long moment does he slowly reel in the rope, pulling the backpack with the radio toward himself. The first thing he does with the radio is contact headquarters for help. But the news he gets is devastating. Mines due to the raging sandstorm, aircraft can't fly, and the rescue convoy won't reach his location for another 52 hours. The man is stunned. In this barren desert with no food or water, and with enemies potentially passing by at any moment, staying motionless for 52 hours is virtually impossible. Desperate to survive, the man wants to ask if there are any other options. But before he can speak, the radio runs out of power with a final crackle and goes silent. Angrily, the man removes the radio and sets his watch to countdown mode. He then pulls out some rations to restore his strength, preparing for the long haul. But just as he's about to drink some water, he discovers his water pouch is nearly empty. In the scorching desert, having no water is basically a death sentence. However, the man doesn't have time to despair, because a massive sandstorm is barreling toward him, blotting out the sky.